Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In our last video, we explored about Microsoft new agent builder. We learned about the different capabilities. We learned about the skills, tools, knowledge, and we built out one use case that is of project manager, which involves multiple skills like business analyst, solution architect, tech lead, QA engineer, and project manager. So we saw that in working in our last video, and today we'll extend it further and we'll build out one more use case, and developer would be very much happy about it because it's related to the actual development work. It's not related to just producing the artifact for managing it. So what we are going to build today is the entire agent builder, which will build out the backend, which will build out the front end, and we are going to take help of skills plus tool to get it working. So again, like we will start with our Copilot Studio and we are into our preview screen so that we can take advantage of new agent builder. So here two options are there. Once I click on agent, it gives us an area where we can start building our agent. We have this instruction and the other capabilities, which we already explored in our last video. So today we are going to build the developer agent. So I will name that as a developer agent, and we will provide the detailed instruction. As I said, we are going to build the backend of the new application. Why is useful? Like if you are a team of 4 or 5 developers, you want to make all the applications consistent using the same theme, and also repetitive task of provisioning list or backend should be automated in a structured way, in an organized way. So that's where like we are going to build this developer agent. So we'll start by giving the instruction. So we'll write it. You are an AI canvas app builder agent, and your job is to generate deployable Power Platform solution. When a user asks to build a canvas app, always produce backend design, SharePoint list. To start with, we are going to just say that SharePoint list as in backend, then PowerShell script to provision the SharePoint list, canvas app screen, and the screen we are going to produce the YAML screen code so that we can directly use those code to build out the canvas apps. So we can actually put this entire instruction into our this agent so that it can understand what we meant about this developer agent. So with the initial instruction, we understood that we will be having one backend design, we will be having one front-end design. So we can start building our skill. And as we did creation of skill in last video, so the same way we are going to build the skill today, and we'll say like backend development. We can name that skill, and I will just copy the description of this skill. So description is create SharePoint lists, columns, and sample data. And so that we can set up that with a PowerShell script. So over here to start with, I'm just telling you to set up that with the PowerShell PNP script. But in the same video, we are going to automate it via tool. So just stay there, and we are writing it create SharePoint list, column, sample data. And in the instruction, when it should be activated. So it should be activated when users ask to create a canvas app and backend as SharePoint list. So I can copy this entire stuff, use PNP PowerShell and backend output. This is an example of output we are giving, and how we are going to use this produced PowerShell script is we are going to connect with SharePoint and then we are going to provision this one. So I'm just giving an example so that this skill can have the full context why we are building this skill. And as I said, like we are just using the PowerShell script currently, but we will build out a tool for this backend provisioning automatically also in this video. So I'll just create this one, and quickly I'll create this front end skill also. And in this one, again, I will copy from the skill description, generate a Power Apps screens, control, and also use the Power FX formulas wherever is required. And to trigger when the user asks to build a canvas app, generate Power Apps YAML code and create front end and design. So generate these sort of skill, use this screen structure, and you can copy paste the entire format. So format, we have just given one screen format, the YAML code format, so that our agent, this skill can understand what sort of output we are expecting from this skill. And like it's not just one shot thing. So building a skill, we need to keep on improving this. So whenever we think like, okay, this our skill is not reading this correctly or not generating the output correctly, what we do is like we give the additional instruction to our skill so that we can reach to the targeted output. So it's not just like one time 3-4 lines we are giving to skill and then it will generate the perfect code for you. So the intent is to build out this agent is one time setup, and all team members would able to use this agent confidently to generate the screens or front end back end in a consistent way. One time job, but it will cut out much of the repetitive tasks for the developer. So I'm just creating this front end skill. And by the way, like while using this skill in preview, if you feel like I should provide multiple instructions, you can itself ask this agent, okay, what more information or what more things you need to make this skill perfect. So you can interact this itself. All right. So right now we have just built out this backend and front-end skill, just give the instruction, and we will test with the minimal instruction to this agent, and then we will build out the tools to perform the automated functions for it. So I'll just save it, and you can also change the model from here. So as we are building some stuff, so I would recommend not to just use this Sonnet 4.6, but go for this Opus 4.7 so that you can use this for a deep reasoning to build out the powerful Power Canvas apps. So the structure and the context should be very much intact. Either use this 4.7 or this 4.8 is experimental. So I will suggest to use Opus 4.7, and we will just play with preview. So now in preview, I will start writing one simple use case or application requirement to it. So I need to build one leave management system. I would need to build backend and in SharePoint and frontend in Canvas Power App. And now we will see our developer agent invoking our skills parallelly. So it loaded our backend skill, it loaded our frontend skill together. And as an output format for backend, we have given that we just need the PowerShell script so that we can run that PowerShell script by ourselves, and the list should be get provisioned automatically. So it gave us the full instruction that install PNP share PowerShell site URL and run this backend file which it has generated. And for front end, it's building out the Canvas app YAML so that we can have these 5 screens: home, new screen, my request, manager, and admin dashboard. So it gave us this deploy leave management backend and leave management Canvas app frontend 2 files. So what you have observed is that it used this install module PNP PowerShell. So you may want it to use the SharePoint online shell instead of PowerShell. So what you can update your instruction or skill instruction so that it can give you the same thing, these commands into SharePoint online PowerShell. So you can modify whenever you want. So for our case, we are good. So what we can do, we'll open this file, the backend and frontend file. So you can follow the instructions, or if you wish to like run by yourself by understanding what it has written, you can open the file and you can connect the PowerShell by yourself. So for example, I've just connected over here, and I will just import module SharePoint online PowerShell and connect PNP online. I'll just hit enter so that I can provide my user web login, and then rest of the things I'll just copy paste and run it. So once you logged in, you can simply copy paste and leave types, and leave balance, leave request. All these are lists. And once everything is done, like you can disconnect it. So you can just copy paste everything into this environment and just hit enter. And we saw it running, and we are expecting everything to be provisioned successfully. We'll just go to SharePoint, we'll refresh our site, and we will expect all our list to be available here. So you can see I have this leave balance, leave types, and it's still doing. So a couple of more lists would be provisioned. So this is one of the way like where you can just get all the script for yourself and then just run that script manually. And the other way, which I'm going to tell you afterwards, is to have this agent running with tool. I can just go to build, and we can just add one tool, and that tool would be one workflow which will provision the same thing for us, all the list for us. So you just need to invoke this tool, and that tool will do the rest of the stuff. And for the front end, let's again review. We'll go back to this preview, and we'll review the files it has created for front end. We'll open that into Visual Studio. So right now you see like we got the entire code, like from screen home to all the new request, admin skin, everything is being generated in one shot. So you may ask screen by screen also, like the individual file. So you can just tell your skill to just generate the individual screen this YAML files one by one. So for example, I just need to create this home screen. So what I can do, like I can go to our Power App Studio, and we will start building one new blank app, and we will just copy paste all the YAMLs in one shot. So I'm just creating this Canvas app from blank. And just one thing over here, so we can build out the Power Apps with Code App, but Code App is like still in preview. So there could be like things which you may find odd behaviors. So right now with the standard one, with the normal way, like how we build Canvas apps, we are just using that an example. So we have this over here, like screen one. I can rename this screen, or I can add one more screen, let's say SCR home screen. And side by side, I will just add the data source to this app so that all the list which our screens are expecting should be available for us. So I will just select and I will just connect so that the database list should be available for us. And then we can go back to our screen and start pasting the code which we got from our agent. So I've just copied these screens and SCR home, and I will just paste this into this screen. And what we are expecting that automatically this home screen would be generated. So you can see like it created one SCR home underscore one because we had this already created. So now we have this my request pending approval and it's giving error, and error is basically like it's expecting the other screen. So we'll just paste the other screens also. So I will copy the other screens code and we'll start pasting. So I just pasted this SCR new request, and the same thing I'm going to do with this one more blank screen. And this time I will say this is SCR my request, and I will just paste that code for this screen. So most of the time the code works seamlessly. If it doesn't, then you can again ask your agent with the error, like if it gives some error, then you can fix those error by yourself. So in one shot, like we got all these screens created. You can rename this. You can as we already added our this databases, this backend tables, we can just click on this one by one screen error. We'll just see the formulas, what it is giving. So it's giving for admin dashboards because we haven't added that screen as of now. So I'm just for the sake of time, like I'm not adding all the screen, but in short, like whatever this Copilot agent gave us is pretty much YAML which can be copy pasted, and with few of minimal fixes, like in 30 to 45 minutes we can have our this front end working. Now going back to our again this building, as I said, like this developer agent, it right now produces this front end as canvas app YAML code and the backend with the SharePoint list. So we can automate this further, like creation of this backend by using tool. So for tool, like what we are going to use is workflow. So we can select our workflow, and inside this we can add our workflow. So I'll just open this workflows into a new tab, and over here I have just created one tool, list generator tool. And this tool is what it does, like it's a workflow basically, and it takes the input from our this agent, and the agent would pass this XML of our field types. So I'll show you, like we have to update some instructions into our agent, so that right now it was giving us this PowerShell, and going forward once we want this to be automated by creation of this tool, then we need to update this schema, this instruction a bit. So that right now is PowerShell PNP script. What I will say, like I will update the instruction. So in this updated instruction, what we will expect from our this tool. So whenever we say like create a backend with the SharePoint, then we will be invoking this list generator tool. It's a Power Automate flow that creates SharePoint list and fields. So the tool name is this, and tool input is SharePoint site URL, and the second input is SharePoint list definition JSON. So we are asking our this agent or this skill to build to give us this definition JSON instead of this PowerShell script, because the way like we have written our flow this workflow is like we will receive the site URL, we will receive the site fields, and site field is into XML. So I will show you the previous runs. What it is expecting is when I open this input, so it expects the input as site URL and the list definition JSON. So I will scroll down. So this list definition is, if I open this into this site panel JSON so that we can see, so it has this the list name, whatever list we wanted our tool to provision. So in this case, like it was a sample of asset management, so it's creating list for asset management and the other related things. So it got this input as all the fields, the list name and all the field for that list, and we are parsing our this JSON so that we can get the output what all lists are there. So list is this asset list, and along with that we have all the required fields in that asset list. So once it's passed, and we are taking help of our SharePoint send HTTP request action, so it actually iterates through all the list which it needs to create, call this SharePoint request to SharePoint, and then it creates a list within our specified site which we are reading from our input, and then it creates one by one, it gets all the field XML, it creates Again, it's under a loop applied to each loop. It creates all the individual columns within that list. So right now it's 14 columns, so iterated through 14 times, and finally it created that list. So one by one, all the 5 lists would be created with this workflow. And this same workflow can be triggered or plugged in with any of the agent. We just need to update the agent instruction so that it can start invoking that list generation tool along with it. So how to update it? Again, like we'll be writing the instruction that instead of creating PNP script, we want a list definition JSON which can have the list name and the field names. So I'll update it. I'm copying all these part that where it instruct the agent to create a JSON in this particular style, and I can update the instruction over here, and as well as I will just update that into our skill also, backend skill also, so that this instruction in backend, what it does is like as a final output instead of PNP PowerShell script output, what output we are expecting out of it? We are expecting a JSON output now. Once we do this, and because we have instructed that, okay, invoke this list generator tool for any creation of any SharePoint list. So we can just do a save, and from here we can add this tool. So now we can go to workflows, list generator tool, and it has actually, this is a bug, I would say. Like it's showing multiple, only one tool is there, list generator, but it's showing the multiple tools are available, because whenever I was publishing, it was creating one new version. So I'm sure like it's a bug into this implementation. So once I publish it, it should override the same tool, but it's creating a different version. So as it's acceptable because it's in preview, it's not released for everyone. So we have added this list generator tool, and once we do this save, and again we'll try to preview this, and this time we'll just do this in new chat, and we will say I want to build a asset management system with SharePoint as backend and Canvas app as frontend. So the same use case I've given, and this time we will see like it will try to invoke our this list generator tool, which is nothing but a workflow which creates all the fields, all the list, and then the fields. So it asks for the SharePoint URL from us because we have written, so ask the SharePoint URL before proceeding with any implementation. I can just provide my SharePoint URL, and we will see our agent will invoke the list generator tool. So now it's invoking list generator tool, and it will start passing the list JSON. The JSON we have given a sample JSON to it, like how the JSON would look like, and then it will call our tool. As we saw in this previous run, it was invoked by the agent and it was executed successfully. So we are expecting the same for this one. So it has invoked it, and you can see like we are passing the list name and all the list field, and the trying to make a connection again. So sometimes it happens like when we have like much input, then it retries to create the list again. And this time it's a success invoking our agent, and we can see the last run into our flow. The last one is this latest by 2:26 p.m. and we got all the steps executed, and this SharePoint site also has this new list created by itself, auto provision. And if I click on any of the list, I would expect that all the columns should be created automatically. This is again one of the lists related to a set only, and we have all these custom columns created. It has nodes, number, choice column, everything is there. So that's how we can invoke our tool from our agent. And so what we learned is like we can build out one developer agent for our development teams to make the development consistent using our company's theme, using our components. You can direct like what this agent, how the agent should produce the front end files, how the agent should create the SharePoint list. So you can very well control it. So one time task, one time effort to set up this agent, and it will take out your most of the repetitive work for development teams. So this is one of the use case like where agents are not just assisting like a chatbot, but a full-fledged and working task enabler. So I hope like you may like this video, this use case. And if you have any questions and if you want to interact, that you can drop your comments. I will try to answer. That is it for today. Thank you.